Imagine waking up at 3 in the morning and catching your partner desperately closing a secret chat window right.
Yeah, and the worst part was that the secret account was completely full of kissy face emojis and a DAS sent to a person that she did not know at all back then.
Exactly. They were messages sent to some woman named Katie. Do you trust your own eyes or do you blindly trust the person you officially married many years ago?
That is definitely the ultimate question that all our listeners should ask themselves during our very special episode today here on our beloved program, which is called the Threadcast.
Today on Threadcast, we will uncover this wild Reddit post. A wife caught her husband, Discord, starting a very strange investigation. I am your main host, Nora.
And I am Red, and together here on Threadcast, we debate stories narrated on Reddit, and let's analyze how this husband was caught red handed exchanging intimate secret messages right now.
Yes, and when she seriously confronts him, he does not just argue. He says it is a shameful secret and deletes the entire Discord account very quickly indeed today.
At that exact moment, he decided to simply destroy all possible evidence impulsively and very suspiciously for Dutchism watching. Any of us who were actually watching that whole scene back then.
It is like catching someone with a smoking gun, but the person throws the gun in the house. We were standing right by the river. But what gun are you actually talking about?
That is a perfect analogy. Refusing to show the messages and deleting everything is a classic tactic and emotional and also a lot of psychological manipulation on his part today.
So you believe that this is really a classic sign of manipulation tactics on his part to completely confuse his wife's head right now during this very difficult time.
Absolutely. By destroying the evidence, he forces the partner into a state of hypervigilance where her own reality is questioned by herself in a very cruel way right now.
That is correct because now there is absolutely no physical evidence left of what really happened that scheme. Night full of secrets and also of many lies he told her.
She is trapped in this information vacuum where her own perception of reality is being put in constant doubt by the strange behavior he actually decided to adopt.
But human nature hates a vacuum. Since he destroyed the evidence, the Weiss felt pushed to investigate and everything on her own to finally discover the whole truth hidden there.
She would certainly do that. In her place, anyone would need to know the truth of the Sibyl. As just act less, facts to be able to move on with life and this difficult marriage.
So she searches his Facebook and discovers a bizarre web of lies instead of just finding a. It was a common betrayal, just like I really expected to find at that initial moment.
That ended up becoming a very strange, complex rabbit hole full of contradictions about his past that no one in this world could even imagine or predict right now.
Very strange. She discovers he was telling strangers he had a secret teenage marriage and even a son that absolutely no one in his family knew about before.
Which is crazy, yeah, because he is not religious and always says he really wants to be honestly, the thought of being a father one day in our current reality is daunting. You have to wonder what kind of world they'll inherit.
Exactly. He said he met a Canadian girl named Katrina at a BlizzCon in the UK at Three Sword Farm, age 16, when he was still very young and naive back then.
All right, so the story he told continues by saying he got her pregnant at that distant time, creating a very complicated family situation full of problems for everyone involved.
He got her pregnant, was forced into an Orthodox religious marriage, and finally ended up divorcing her years later. According to the story he actually told people there.
That completely changes the narrative, right? From a common infidelity case to something psychologically much more complex and much darker than we all initially imagined during this whole process.
I need to interrupt here because looking at the facts presented, none of this makes sense or fits his reality according to the official documents she found at home.
It really makes no sense when we analyze the information from the original post with a lot of attention and also with some critical sense necessary to understand this.
BlizzCon is in the USA, not the UK. Yeah. Also, his current marriage certificate says single, not divorced, which is bizarre and totally contradictory now for everyone involved in this.
His cover story is full of holes that are easily debunked by any basic search that any ordinary person does on the internet nowadays during their free time.
Is he a criminal mastermind or just someone terrible with basic facts of his own life? Also, his own cloudy past that he actually tried to hide today?
I believe the second option. The goal is not to hide a real family, but to build to the lonely strangers online. I see you, and I want you to listen closely.
Wow, that is really a fascinating way to look at this whole strange situation that the wife what I just uncovered during my deep dives into my husband's past, it changes everything.
The inconsistencies give everything away. He told some people he had a son and others. The narrative was invented, yes, but in that story, I had a daughter.
Wait, did he really change the gender of the baby? Huh? In the various stories he told the Badas? Yeah. Different people he talked to casually through the internet secretly back then?
Yes, he even said the baby was biracial. To other people, he categorically stated that no baby ever existed in his life, surrounded by lies and fantasies right now.
That is absolutely insane and very hard to believe for anyone who has the minimum of common uh, sense and mental balance in these busy days we live in today.
This changes the diagnosis. He is not hiding a real family, he is actually a compulsive liar and ties to night barred ladris, who can be very dangerous to the people who are around him.
So is he just inventing deep traumas to get sympathy reactions from totally random people he finds? Every day, browsing the internet anonymously during his free time right now?
Precisely. He creates an alternate identity out of pure neediness, and tragedy is a quick shortcut to gain online intimacy with strangers without having to really try at all today.
It makes sense. In the real world, building a solid support network takes many years of mutual um, effort and also a lot of real honesty among friends and family.
Right, and that requires a significant amount of real vulnerability and also constant emotional commitment among the and people who are actually involved in this daily construction process right now.
But online, a tragic story guarantees immediate and unconditional sympathy without requiring any real effort or daily coexistence with the other people who are on the other side.
What does this mean for the listener? I think this case illustrates a vital lesson about limit and trust in modern relationships that we live in today's society now.
Absolutely. Many times it is the cover up of a minor mistake that ends up permanently destroying the happiness or trust of a couple that was once actually very happy together before.
If he had shown the messages, they probably would have just had a common fight about healthy boundaries within their own marriage, without any major consequences for their relationship.
Exactly. But the extreme cover up led her to investigate, revealing a much larger web of historical lies that are truly very scary for anyone who actually discovers them now.
Which is a truly devastating result for the marriage of anyone who values the truth above anything and else or any other convenience in their own personal life right now.
It really is. Leaves us with this final thought that is truly provocative and deep and brigadier, um, for all of us listeners to reflect on a bit more today.
Let's hear what that final provocative thought is that you prepared to end our program today on. A high note and leave us all thinking a lot about this.
If a partner invents a stakes family, what happens when real life actually has no drama to get entertain them at home with their own wife and their real family?
That is certainly a terrifying question to end our episode on Threadcast. Today, about lies and about digital betrayals that happen in the world.
Leave your like and subscribe to our channel for more discussions. See you next time.